It used to be the Oakland Floral Depot. Now it's his place to relax while he admires the surroundings. It's in Oakland on Telegraph, and it's called Flora.
My name is Rico Rivera. I'm the executive chef of Flora restaurant in Oakland.
My name is Yoni Levy. I'm the chef de cuisine.
Flora restaurant's been open for about 5 years, and Yoni and I have been here for about the past 2.5 years. The menu here changes pretty much daily, so it's always different for our regulars, and it keeps it more fun for us too.
We love dealing with community-based organizations. Wild Farm is a 300-square-foot urban farm in West Oakland. We buy everything that they grow. Every Saturday when they bring us their bounty, we have no idea what's coming.
We're one of the first restaurants in Oakland to use the Safe Harbor program, which is a program that tests all the fish that we receive. We get in lots of whole animals in this restaurant. One of the awesome things about that is trying to figure out a way to use the whole animal, which we do.
Both of our bases, classical French cooking techniques. And so when we get in these whole animals, we get excited because we get to practice some of our more contemporary techniques.
We've known each other about 15 years, cooking together on and off. We get to hang out all day long and argue and cook and come up with awesome, beautiful things.
I always try to get his dish to take it. This is a beautiful plate, and then shake it up and then put it back down.
Now, Mac, how did you discover Flora for the first time?
I grew up in Oakland, and when I lived in LA for a few years, came back up to move home, and a friend took me there. Oakland now is having so many great restaurants open. Flora was really one of these pioneers. And I feel like growing up, everybody was always saying, oh, Oakland's going to change. There are going to be all these things turning over. Flora was one of the first places I ate when I came back. And it really did feel like, wow, something is happening in Oakland. It's one of my favorite restaurants in the world, I think, but it does have that sentimental connection too of just kind of.
It's upscale comfort food, right?
It is. That's exactly right. Yeah, it is. I mean, the place is beautiful. You go in and it just feels very elegant. There's a big bank of windows, and you look out on Telegraph. Inside, it does feel a little bit like going back in time, but not in this put-on way. You know, black and white, very simple. There's one old poster on the wall. Beautiful long bar, and then the food is very like the menu changes, but more often than not, I find myself getting the burger there. It's just terrific. One thing they do is they're caramelized onions in the patty, which gives it this nice oniony taste. It's on an Acme bun. Acme Bakery is just a great bread bakery in the East Bay. It's in Berkeley. Comes with a huge plate of fries, a nice big salad, and it's just great. They make great cocktails there too. And
yeah, let's talk about the cocktails.
Let's talk about it.
Brad's been waiting to dig in on that one, Brad.
Well, you know that one poster that's up there, it's Carter
the Great.
Yeah, Carter the Great. And then one drink, Carter Beats the Devil.
Yes.
It's their version of the margarita,
right.
And it is fantastic. The mixologists there are fantastic, and we kept ordering different kinds of drinks. And so we never got around to looking at wine.
Did you have some drinks when you were there?
Yeah, we actually started off with a red and a Prosecco.
Okay,
which was,
so you went wine.
Yes, it was a perfect start to
Not hardcore like these two.
No. No, although I wish I had, because we sat at the bar, which is amazing. It's a really regal set bar, and I think there's you know, something about a restaurant with a great bar that makes you keep coming back.
Right.
You know, the service is a little bit faster. You kind of see the pulse of the restaurant, and the bartenders, the mixologists were obviously very knowledgeable and coming up with all these drinks. And we were like, what's that? What's that?
And what did you guys have with your wine?
We started off with the Trickery's, the Caesar salad, which was nice because it was dominated mostly by radicchio leaves, which I wasn't familiar with, but it was a nice, bitter, spicy
gives you that little kick to it,
take on the Caesar salad, and it also had some preserved lemon, which were edible, and it was nice because the preserved lemon with the radicchio leaves and the anchovy-based dressing just gave it a really earthy taste. Yeah. We also had an interesting experience there.
Oh, okay.
We were still hungry after the Caesar salad, so we decided we're going to order the sweetbreads because we've never had sweetbreads before. It comes to the table. As I was eating it, there were meat juices coming out, and he sliced off another piece and more juice started coming out. In my head, I'm like, what is this? We asked the dining staff and they said, it's thymus. Like,
you thought it was sweet bread.
We thought it was not sweet. It was not sweet. He said it was thymus. He said it was thymus, and obviously we don't know anatomy either. And so
that freaked you out a little bit right there.
We still looked lost.
Like you're Latin.
And so he said, it's veal. And so we said, okay, we still had to Google it.
But in Filipino cuisine, there's so much offal. Not A-W-F-U-L, O-F-F-A-L.
Yeah, I don't think that it would have been inappropriate for the server maybe to premise it with, you know, have you tried sweetbreads before?
Oh, okay.
You know, I don't think that would have been inappropriate.
Did you like sweetbreads, most importantly?
I don't think I will have them again. We also had the bone-in New York strip with the hickory salt, towering piece of meat on our plate. It had a nice smoky essence, and it was paired with the Swiss chard, which held its presence in its own. It was very intense and meaty, and it was perfect for us to share.
All right, I like a girl who can eat a big hunk of meat.
Yeah.
Okay, now what else did you have, Mac, or what do you get when you go normally?
Well, the Brussels sprouts there that's like a signature dish, I think, for me. It's one of the sides they offer, and the fried Brussels sprouts, just beautifully done, tossed in a little lemon juice, and a little bit of chili flake is in there too. So it's got that citrusy bite, and then also a little heat. I'm a big Brussels sprout fan, but I think even if you weren't, you would be converted by these. And then also the caramel pudding for dessert.
I was going to say, let's get to desserts because...
It's unbelievable.
Right?
It could be the best dessert I've ever had.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was that good. We ordered 3 of them. We have 7 people there to share. And nobody could get enough of this caramel pudding. We ordered a couple other ones. I can't remember what we ordered.
Right.
But the caramel
You just
pudding
wanted
was
the caramel
so
pudding.
good.
I mean, the texture is just beautiful. It's nice and velvety. Comes in this big white dish full of pudding and just sprinkled on the top with some salt crystals and a little cream. It's just that salt and sweet, which I'm a sucker for. It's so good. I mean,
you
every
just have a nice
component
little
is
sip of
beautiful.
bourbon next to it. Life would be
Absolutely.
good.
Time for another cocktail, right?
There you go.
The devil is something with a devil. Give me a devil.
You will never get tired of that dessert.
Yeah, it's true. Every time.
All right, this is your spot. Wrap it up for us, Mac.
I love the food, and I love the space too. I like to go there in the afternoon and just kind of sit at the bar as the sun sets. You look out on Oakland and kind of have a drink and an appetizer, and then move to a table and have dinner. And it's just a beautiful way to. I spend a few hours there.
All right, and Christine?
American contemporary with an impressive bar and a thoughtful and imaginative menu.
Okay. And Brad?
Excellent restaurant, fantastic drinks. I'll go back for sure, but never leave without the caramel pudding.
All right, if you would like to go to Flora, it's on Telegraph at 19th in Oakland. The telephone number is 510-286-0100. It's open for dinner Monday through Saturday with lunch on Fridays and brunch on weekends. Reservations are recommended, and the average tab per person without drinks is around $50.